Hello, everybody, and welcome to Conversations with Cook. I'm your host, Terrence Cook, and I'm here with
Dasha Morris. Hey, y'all.
Deja. Man, what is up, man? It is great to have you on this podcast. It's a blessing. First and foremost, I love what you're doing for the city of Pittsburgh.
Thank
I
you.
love how you're just creating all different scents in Pittsburgh, man. It's been humbling to watch a little bit of your journey. It is really, really fabulous to watch. What I wanted to ask you, though, and the people want to know here at Conversations with Cook, who is Miss Dasha Morris?
I would say Miss Dasha Morris is a hustler, very ambitious, very focused too. Right now I'm in my very focused era, just trying to, run up my bag. Very genuine as well. Like I'm a real genuine person. I feel like people don't know that about me, that I'm like a real sweet person. Yeah, I would say that's me.
And that's good, man. Like it's I can tell you're very genuine. What is it like? Let's talk a little bit about your upbringing.
Okay.
Where did it all start for Miss Dasha?
Okay. So how far back you want me to go? Like
Wherever, how far you want to take us. Let's go there.
Okay. So I'll get a little deep with you. So in 2012, I lost both my parents, and I was only 11 years old at the time. Okay. So I feel like that kind of contributed to like who I am today as far as like my hustle and everything. Cause like I've been doing stuff on my own. So I think that kind of like just got this, it put a beast in me, like at all times, like anything that come my way, I'm gonna tackle it. Like, you know what I mean? Like no problems, no issues. Yeah. So I feel like kind of the stuff that we go through really do define us. And sometimes it don't have to, it's really what you do with the weight that's like put on you. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. So graduating, like you said, you lost them at 11. So you lost your parents at 11, and I can only imagine what that is like. Obviously, you said it motivates you. It helps you become the person who you are. Was there any higher education that you wanted to go towards? Like, I mean, graduating from high school, did you have an opportunity to go to college?
So actually I got accepted into three colleges. Okay.
Excuse me.
Yeah. 3 of them. But I'm like, when I was graduating, I didn't know what I wanted to do. And I feel like to ask an 18-year-old, hey, what do you want to do for the rest of your life is like a setup. Like you about to put me into debt. That's what you asking me, because how am I supposed to know? I ain't even been out like, my city often. I haven't been out of state, out the country. How am I supposed to know what I want to do? And I ain't seen everything that, the world got to offer me. So the only thing I was good at in school, like, was expressing myself through clothes. Like always. I'm always, you know what I mean? I always was putting that on. So
putting that shit on.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So I'm like, dang, I can't make no money from this. And that was 2018. Like the internet wasn't really where it's at now, to where it's like you can make money from doing that. So it was like, if I tell somebody like I want to be a model, or I want to, you know what I mean? It was like, come on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was like, no. So I just didn't know. And my aunts, everybody was hot. Like they was mad. Like, girl, you got accepted in 3 colleges. You not going to go? What job you going to get? What you going to do? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm going to figure it out. And to them, they thought that I was, BSing. But to me, I knew I was going to figure that shit out.
And you did. I mean, that, like you said, 18, not really knowing what's next.
Yeah.
And with the pressure that you're feeling from, the people around you, maybe like that's, you don't really know. Like, and people go to college and don't know what they're going to do, and then put themselves in debt and don't even finish, or get too, like, how can I say, overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Get too overwhelmed with the situations, and it can either make you better or derail you.
Yeah.
So I think that, what was the 3 schools? Can we know?
Oh, honestly, let me see. Okay, I know I got accepted in IUP. That was the first one.
You didn't choose my alma mater?
Sure didn't. Oh, you went there?
I am. Shout out IUP, man.
Okay, shout out IUP. What was the other one? Point Park.
Okay.
Point Park. And Robert Morris. Those was the 3.
Smart. Okay.
Okay, sure was.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, I know a little something. That's why I'm saying, like, I be thinking about it, like, maybe later in life, going back to school, just because I don't be having nothing to do. Then I'm going to go back. But I ain't going back no time soon.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, I want to ask a question. Kind of like a Point Park. I kind of went to, got my master's degree out of school that's kind of like Point Park. But it's over there in San Francisco. I know it's like an art school, a creative arts school. Was that one of the things that drew you possibly to that school, or you probably just was like,
the funny thing is, no, I literally applied to them schools like, I just want to do something.
I feel you.
I seen like everybody, like all my friends and stuff was talking about like applying to colleges and stuff. That was not on my mind. So I'm like, damn, I guess I should start applying. And I applied and I got accepted. I'm like, okay, now what? Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. What's my major gonna be? What am I gonna do? I didn't know. So I'm like, I'm not about to waste my money on that.
So what pivot did you have to take to really where you started? Like you said, you wanted to probably be like, not probably be, but probably in the modeling game or fashion, and what you wanted to do. What made you pivot into making candles?
So actually, I have a clothing brand, Roy's Millennium, dropping this summer. Okay,
I like that.
Yeah,
make sure I go cop that
this summer.
Okay.
And it took off in my town. Like, everybody was buying my stuff. I mean, I was selling out in like 12 minutes, okay? And when I got the high of like how fast that money came in, I'm like, I would never go and sit and work 40 hours for what I just made in 10 minutes ever again. So that ran its course, kind of. It honestly, people be on my back now, like, bring that out. That's why I'm about to have a summer drop. But it's like, it was a capital, like, it was a cap on my capital. You know what I mean? Like, because clothing brand, you can only target a certain audience. Like, certain clothing is not for everybody. You know what I mean? So I'm like, damn, I need something that I could take everybody's money. You know what I mean? Like, I need everybody's money. So I'm like, candles. Who don't like a candle? A guy, a girl, your aunts, your grandmas. I need all your money. So that's when I came up with the idea, like, do candles.
So with these candles, because your candles are not just ordinary candles.
They're not.
So what first inspired you to making candles, and what was that initial spark?
So whenever I was like, because I had stopped my clothing brand, I want to say in 2023, and that's when I started this up. But it was like, I had to research. Like, I needed to first look for something that was like in demand, but it was like lacking, the demand. So I'm like, all right, let me go look. And I was looking on Etsy, and I seen some candles on there, and they were like, I want to say unique, but they wasn't like mine. Okay.
Absolutely.
Exactly. So I'm like, I could tap into that market. And then I start looking deeper into it on TikTok and stuff. And I seen people doing like freaking like Michael Myers mask and stuff as candles. And I'm like, oh, this is a totally different type of market. And it's so unique. You're not going into Target or Walmart and finding this. That's what I need. That's my market. So I just tapped into it, and that thing went crazy.
So is there like a process of going through making these candles?
Yes. Yeah. For like one with like a lot of detail, like this one. This one got a lot of detail in it, okay? Like the flower, the seashell, the stitch itself. It's not just wax. Like, I be painting it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sometimes I'll airbrush it, especially like the shells and stuff, and you can melt all this down. You know what I mean? So it does take a lot of time. I would say this one, and you have to let it dry in between settings. So I can't just sit down and bust one of these out. You know what I mean? Like, I gotta really like let it sit, dry out or whatever. So I would say to make like a batch of 25, I'll say that take me like 48 hours.
I like that. I like that. Well, your candles are known very creatively. Can you walk us through your design and scent?
My designs?
And scent. I know you just did with the design, but the scents.
Okay, like how I pick my scents out? Honestly, I try to make sure that I'm targeting what it looks like. So if it's French toast, it's going to smell like French toast. If it's a donut, it's going to smell like a donut. The only thing that I won't tap into the scent too much is the ones that are like shrimp fried rice. Like, who want their house smelling like shrimp? You feel me? So yeah, exactly. So I'll throw on like a little vanilla scent to it or whatever.
So where do you draw your inspiration from when creating new concept candles?
Honestly, I'll go on Google and like search up like food, or like depending on what the season is. Like, I got an event coming up at I want to say their name is Handmade Arcade.
Okay.
I might not be right, but they got like a big vendors event coming up in December where it's like 200,000 vendors of like, Pittsburgh. Yeah, they all come out or whatever, and you sell. It's like a marketplace. You know what I mean? You sell your products. So they invited me to come out for that. I'm so sorry. What was your question?
I got you right now. Don't worry. Basically,
Oh, how do I design them?
Yes,
Okay,
but I mean,
so
you already kind of walked through it.
concept.
But yes, with the concept.
So basically, yeah, like depending on like for that, I'm gonna go by the season. It's gonna be December, so I'm gonna do like gingerbread,
Okay.
Christmas trees, and do like wax melts centered into that as well. So really, the season, what's going on? Like it's summertime, so I'm about to come out with like ice cream,
Okay.
carnival funnel cakes, stuff like that. So I would say the season in Google is my best friend.
You're making me hungry right now. I can't lie, but I've smelled these candles when we use breaking them out. I'm like, damn, that shit
yeah,
smells good.
thank
like,
you.
Whoa.
I try to hit that scent to the
What
T.
has been your favorite candle you have ever made, and why?
Oh, that's a good one.
That's what we're here for at Conversations with Cook.
Okay. This one.
And why is it?
No, I'm going to say this is one of my favorites.
Okay.
I got too many fire for it to be just one. But I'm going to say this one. And then I got like a donut margarita, which is like a big donut on the side.
Okay.
With, can I do wax melts too?
You can do it all.
Okay,
What's up?
sugar. I got these sugar cookie wax melts. Oh my goodness, they're fire. They look like the actual sugar cookies. And that's another thing too. Like with my packaging, I be A1 with it. Like I go to Walmart and I'll buy out however many that I need, empty it out and use the packaging for like my candles and stuff. So
for the people at home, if they don't know what a wax melt is, can you tell us what a wax melt is?
Yeah, so a wax melt, it's the same. It's like basically like a candle, but there's no wick. So you're going to put it in a wax warmer and it's going to burn down. And all my stuff is potent, so, you know, it's going to smell.
Smell good at that.
Exactly. Yep, have your whole house lit up.
How do you balance an aesthetic appeal with creating your craft?
Okay, wait, ask me that one more time.
How do you balance aesthetic appeal with functionality when crafting your product? Sorry.
So I basically I kind of try to stick to the same aesthetic. Like, you know what I mean? Food. I don't like to really come out with straight pours. People ask me all the time, like, you going to add straight pours to your menu? Which is basically just like a regular candle that you light. It's a straight, that's a straight pour. But I'm like, that's boring. That's not what I'm known for. Like, you know what I mean? Like my whole point of my journey is just being authentic to myself. I'm not going to pivot based off of what somebody else wants. You know what I mean? But eventually I'll probably get to straight pours.
So what was one of the biggest challenges you faced early when starting this business?
Okay. So when I first started my business, I was in the projects. Okay. Like I was in the projects. I was working at Eaton Park.
Ooh.
Yes. And that's what really motivated me to start, because it was like, I'm like, damn, what am I going to do? Like, you know what I mean? Like whenever, I feel like it was such a humbling experience though, because like coming from high school, and you know, they be having that saying that's like, you're not in high school no more. You still like trying to live off that clout. That's so real. Cause I'm like, damn, I'm seeing all my friends and stuff in college and stuff. I'm in the projects. I don't know what I'm finna do.
How did that make you feel?
It made me feel shitty. I'm like, no, I don't like this. Like I was that girl in high school. Like I said, best dressed girl sneakerhead. And I won best accessories at prom. Like I was that girl. So it was like a humbling experience to come from that to being like, damn, what am I doing? Because I really didn't still at that point know what I wanted to do. But I'm like, all right, use this. Like I let that fuel my fire. And I started working at Ian Park as a hostess. I got my first check and it was like $186. Ooh, is right. I said, y'all won't see me again. And then I started my business. That was the best decision I ever made. And I started with $0 too. Mm-hmm.
And you made it work.
I made it work.
So what was the process of going through that? Like, okay, I'm quitting Eaton Park. Mm-hmm. And I got to build this business. Like like you said, I know that was part of your drive, but like what made you really just sit down and be like, you know what, I'm getting these candles done today and I'm going to outsell the rest of the market? Okay.
So when I quit Eaton Park, I started my clothing brand. Okay. And then I pivoted over to my candle brand, which that kind of was just like, that took off immediately. Like it really wasn't a slow season. And that's where it comes in with like the product. You're not going nowhere and finding these. So you know you got to come to Millennium Scents if you want that work. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So that helped.
And why the name Millennium Scents?
So my business name is Roy's Millennium.
Okay.
Roy is my mom's name. Okay. So Millennium just means 1,000 years. So like even when I die, my kids is going to be eating off of this. Both of them. Okay.
Oh,
So
both
yeah, both
of 'em.
businesses. So that's where the millennium sense came from. I think I just want to keep the millennium in my brand. So anything that got my name attached to it, I might keep that millennium going.
How did you go about building the identity of your brand?
Okay, so with that one, I would say, just like I said, with the uniqueness of it, like I feel like I did not have to do too much compared to my clothing brand. I really didn't have to do too much as far as like making a name for myself, because it was like people already had knew me from doing my clothes. Cause like I said, I had it popping like I was selling in other states. So it was like people knew about me. So when I started something else, I already had the trust that was needed to like, oh, here's my money. I'm sure I'm gonna get my product, you know? So I would say that helped a lot, having the experience from having my clothing brand already.
Okay. What was the moment that you felt like running your business, like that you felt like, yo, this is really working? Like when did you have that moment?
When Scotty from Baddies reposted my stuff.
Okay. Who's Scotty from Baddies? If people don't know.
They know Baddies. They know Baddies on the Zeus Network, okay? So Scotty, yeah, shout out to Scotty because she changed my life. So and the crazy thing is I was like maybe 2 weeks prior to this, I'm a big person like in faith, like God, that's my guy. So maybe like a week or two before this, I just bought all this inventory. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go all in with it. Like I'm gonna risk it all. Like it's not really moving right now, but I need something to happen. So maybe like 2 weeks later, I was on my way to my sister's little, beauty shop or whatever. And I get all these notifications on my phone. Like I'm driving, I'm like, what's going on? And I seen like Scotland Adrian shared your stuff. So I'm like, hold on. I clicked on it. It was this candle from December. Okay. Now, mind you, we're in the end of January, beginning of February.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? So after that, my followers went from like 400 to like 1K in like an hour. So yeah, she really boosted me up. Then all my candles sold out that same day, all thanks to Scotty. And then since then, she's endorsed us. Like anytime we post, she'll repost it. We send her shipments regularly. She reposts it. She fuck with us.
Hey man, shout out to Scotty.
Okay, man. Shout out to Scotty.
Hey, I don't know you that well, but hey,
yeah.
Shout out to Scotty for sure. So how do you stay motivated, during like slower seasons, or let's say things aren't getting bought in a timely fashion? How do you stay motivated in those?
Just knowing that there is no plan B. Like this is gonna happen. This is gonna work. And then I feel like too, a lot of the things that I experience and the people that I've worked with, everybody ain't ever gonna even know them. Like, you know what I mean? They're gonna know them, but they ain't gonna like actually have the type of like relationship to where they could pick up their phone, text them like, hey, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like I'm there, like I'm at the finish line, like I'm about to be up. So it's like knowing that and knowing that I got people that's like dependent on me. I don't take that for granted, and I'm gonna keep going. Like there's no option.
I love that.
Yeah.
What are some key lessons that you know now that you wish that you knew when you first started your business?
Oh my goodness, there's so many of them. For starters, and I hate when people do this. When they want to start a business, the first thing they do is buy an LLC. You don't have no assets that need protecting, my love. Yeah. Like you're wasting your money. Like wait until, you know what I mean? I hate that. Don't do that. Don't do that. And make sure after you get the LLC, you get it taxed as an S corp. Okay, yes. I'm dropping gems for y'all.
Drop them. Come on,
exactly.
We're
So,
here.
I feel like those were the two that I had to just learn on my own. Do your research too. Don't just jump into nothing. And start off small. It's okay to start off small. You don't have to necessarily start off with like 15,000. Like just start. That's really the hardest part, is just starting, because you know what I mean? You could do pre-orders. You can do other things to where you don't need a whole capital to, get started. So I would say that was some stuff that I wish I would pass along, and I wish that I knew back then.
So how helpful has it been for like your community, especially like online and everything, to help your business move forward in the marketing aspect?
Okay, so I would say, like, to answer that one, because that's kind of a tough one.
That's a little toughy here.
Yeah, that's a little tough. Okay, so like you're saying, basically, what did I like? What have I done for my community? Like, what has my candles done for the community?
Impact wise, however, your community, your fans, your following.
Okay.
Like, how did they help with pushing your brand as well?
Oh, okay. So that's another thing too. And that I'm going to answer both. Like the last question and this one. A team. Like having a team is so underrated, but that literally helps you grow. Like if you think about it, whenever, like that's what made my clothing brand grow too. And that's another gem I'm gonna drop for y'all. Like you bring in somebody on your team that's coming with a whole different ballpark of people. And you bring in somebody else that's coming with a whole different ballpark of people. So all y'all together, y'all got 10K followers, 20K followers. That's a different type of market than you coming on with your 3,000. So don't try and push it yourself. Like having a team really does work because you're pulling in people from all different types of walks of life. Like you don't know, what's somebody gonna want. And then also too, like I feel like the people that I had on my team, they always would share my stuff. So it was like, now their grandmas and their aunts is buying it for gifts and stuff like that. So that helps. Like having a team really does help.
And that's huge, man. And definitely a team is everything.
It's everything.
It's everything, especially with the marketing aspect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially marketing.
So I want to talk about, speaking of marketing, I want to talk about a little show you were on. I wouldn't call it little, but you were featured on Talk Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
They got an opportunity to make your candles or get a walkthrough of the process of what it was. Like, how did you feel, first off, getting that call?
Yeah.
And second off, being on the show?
Oh, my God. That was such a cool experience. That was another thing that reeled me back in because what's crazy is, like, back in January, I had stopped for, like, 3 months. And I'm like, I went through, like, a real depressed phase. Like, I'm like, oh, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know how to market this. That was my problem, was the marketing. I'm like, damn, because I know I got the product. Like, the product's insane. It's just like, how do I market this now? So I was real stuck, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not about to drop until everything's right. So that was my first release back when I got that call. Okay. So that's why I'm saying God, he's on his own timing, and his timing is the best timing. So whenever they reached out to me, my video had just gone viral on Instagram and TikTok. And it was the one of me making the wax melt. And they text me like, are you in Pittsburgh? We would love to bring on like a local maker. Let us know if it works. I literally had a week, like a week to get prepared for this segment. I never did nothing like that. And when I say it was like a real production, I mean, you had a microphone taped to your back. Yeah. Yeah, you couldn't talk in the mic, or now you had to be quiet, no hot phones mic on air. Exactly. So I'm like, yo, this is crazy. But at the same time, it was like, this is stuff that I'm going to be doing. So like, I was ready for it. I wasn't nervous or nothing.
So you got, like I said, you was helping them making them melt. I got the chance to see the segment.
Oh, it was
you
seen it?
Absolutely,
Okay.
I seen it. I seen that. I was tuned in, and I just love to see it. First and foremost, a young black woman, chasing her dreams and goals, business entrepreneur. I love seeing that. That's one thing that I really harp. I feel Pittsburgh has a lot of talent.
They do,
but I feel like a lot of people are afraid to go in. They're afraid of failure.
Yeah, they are. And that's what comes with it. You're going to fail.
You're going to fail.
Yeah.
So like when I seen you doing that, and I got to see your smile, and I got to see like you just oozed enthusiasm on the screen. I know you probably was nervous, but I was nervous. I liked it, man. I was like, oh, look at this. Like this is awesome, because you probably made a whole impact on their life. Now they don't look at the candles the same no more.
Yeah.
I guarantee.
They sure don't.
It's the effect, man. And so like it was humbling for me to even see, and I know your fans probably were just ecstatic for you. So it was definitely, I think you did a phenomenal job.
Thank you, because I was nervous as hell. I'm like, hold on, y'all taping something to my back? Hold up, okay, I can't mess this up. We live,
we live and direct, but it's all those small things to help you prepare for that moment.
Exactly.
How did you feel after?
I knew I killed it. I'm like, okay. Then I had my best friend with me. Shout out Ish. That's my girl.
Shout out Ish.
Exactly. She was with me. So it was crazy because it was like the whole setup. Okay. And then you could have like your people, like, off to the side or whatever. So she was off to the side, and you could see like the TV, but I couldn't see it, but she could. So as soon as I got off, she gave me that reassurance. Like, you killed it. Like, you did so good. I'm like, okay, good. Yeah. That's
Shout
my
out,
girl.
Ish. We all need a friend like that.
Okay, Ish is a real one.
For sure. So what's next for the candle business? Like, any new collaborations, new collections? new expansion plans?
Yep.
What's next for the business?
Yep. So this summer we going hard, okay? I've been being real quiet this last month. When I'm quiet, that's when they need to worry. They be worried when I'm posting, but when I'm not, that's the problem. So I got a whole bunch of stuff cooking up for the summertime. I'm actually starting a summer series. I want to call it Millennium Madness, but I'm not sure on that yet.
Okay.
So I'm going to be going to like local businesses around Pittsburgh and gifting them a candle for them to display in their restaurants. For starters, we starting off with the breakfast spot, Pittsburgh.
Oh, yes. Shout out to, I gotta go see them. I've only been back for a few months, but I need to see the breakfast spot.
The breakfast spot, yes. So they're gonna be my first stop. I had to start off with the best. So we're gonna be gifting them a candle for them to, display in the restaurant. Then we're gonna do a little food review at the end to give y'all the best of what's on their menu. So that's gonna go. Then I'm also gonna keep expanding my business. I sell soaps too that look like food, of course.
Tell the people, hey,
okay, soaps, body butters, oils, all that. We got that all coming. Big restock on the way. And I'm also moving in July. So it's just like, it's a lot going on this summer, but we lit.
We might have got the podcast before she blows up. Ladies and gentlemen, we might have got the podcast. Can we ask where you're moving to?
Oh, no, I'm still moving into Pittsburgh. I'm just moving into a high rise.
Oh, say less.
Yeah,
say
we
less.
just leveling up a little bit.
That's all. Hey, somebody call George Jefferson, man. We moving on up, man.
We moving on up, yes.
And that's so beautiful to hear and see, like I said, the maturation and everything, man. This is great. I like this, man. And now that you're on the up and up, and you're working extremely hard, you're inspiring the young women, you're inspiring other people to not only just get a candle. If you're going to get a girl a candle, guys, if you're going to get a girl a candle, you better go to where?
What? Millennium Scents. Okay, don't play with it.
That's all. So, what advice would you give to someone that was in your shoes?
Okay, so you saying like right now or like a younger lady?
How about both?
Okay. Oh, I'm gonna start off with a younger lady. For starters, because this quote stuck with me. Okay, this quote stuck with me, and I heard it when I was younger. Do not chase a man, okay? You make your money so you can pick the man you want. And I feel like that's so real because especially now, like society got just this ugly like stigma on relationships that like younger girls, that's their focus right now. Like is having a man take care of them and a man spending all this money on me. And I feel bad for the men too, because it's like y'all gotta drop bank on the first date to get a second one. So it's like, damn, like, you know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know. Like, I feel like, no, like for a younger girl, if you want to do something, chase your dreams. That little runny nosed boy gonna still be there whenever you done. And he gonna want you even more if you up. And you ain't even gonna want him at the time. So, you know what I mean? Like, chase your dreams. Like, if you got something you want to do, lock in and do it. Yeah, you gonna fail. You can't, escape failure. That's gonna happen. But that's okay, because that really makes you who I am today, okay? From everything I failed so many times. Like, people ain't on Instagram highlighting their failures. So get off that app for a little bit and get right.
What about to the older version?
Yeah, the older version. Oh, girl, just keep going. Just keep going no matter what's, put against you. Keep going. If you could see the vision and if it exists, you can have it. Like, there ain't nothing that you can't achieve at all. It don't matter how old you are. It don't matter where you at in life. It don't matter what the circumstances is looking like. Keep going and keep up the faith, most importantly. Because G.O.D. is my man, okay?
Amen to that.
Amen to that. Hallelujah, okay?
So before we wrap this podcast up, is there anything that you want to say to the people out in the audience or any messages, shout outs? Feel free to do that now.
Okay, yeah. Make sure y'all follow the business page, Millennium Scents, Roy's Millennium. We got a whole bunch of content coming this summer. Like, you heard it here first. This is an exclusive. We got some stuff dropping this summer. Body butters, wax melts, candles, and like I said, Millennium Madness. A lot of content coming. So, yeah, we about to be all on y'all Instagram. Y'all gonna get real sick of us soon.
and we love to see that, man. It's like, I definitely love to see that. Who knows? Maybe we can get a T Cook Productions and the Millennium Sense collaboration.
Okay, front and center right there on the stand.
Who knows? Hey,
I got you.
Maybe we can. Maybe we can do a giveaway. Okay. I'm all for it.
Oh, a giveaway would be nice. You got to turn the people up.
I'm here.
You got to turn the people up.
Ever since I came back to Pittsburgh, man, I'm just anxious to see helping everybody grow. And like, why not? The best thing you can do, especially for me being on the West Coast, is they collaborate. They go
Yes.
$0.
If you want to win, that's what you do.
Collaborate,
you collaborate and you're not hating.
No,
okay?
there's no
yes, like I love that. And that's another thing I do too. Like in my community, I was like 21 doing like drives, like food drives, turkey drives, having I went back to my hood.
So where are you from?
I'm from Johnstown.
Yeah,
I'm from Johnstown, but don't do too much because in a couple years I'm gonna say I'm from Pittsburgh. They ain't getting no love from me. But again, they did show me love. They put me on a little bit so they could get a little shout out or whatever. But yeah, no, I definitely did like community drives and stuff. I would do like a feed the feed the people. I will always go back to Oakhurst. That's where I was at, and do events and stuff like that. But the people that's there now, it's none of the people that I grew up with. Everybody done left or
that's what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Days, man, thank you for sharing your story and giving us just a glimpse into your special life, man. It's been a blessing and a journey to have you on this podcast.
Yes, this was so much fun.
Hopefully we can do it again sometime soon. Maybe on your promo tour.
On my promo tour, because I'm going to be doing state to state.
Hey, we're here, man. We're here for it. Well, guys,
thank y'all for having me.
For tuning in to Conversations with Cook. This is T. Cook and Days.
Millennium Saints, okay? Get right.
And just like that, we're out.